All right, could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Sergeant Major Richard Awender. I'm the Battalion Sergeant Major for 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines.
And can you please spell your full name?
Richard, R-I-C-H-A-R-D, Awender, A-W-E-N-D-E-R.
How long have you been at your current unit?
I've been with 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines for just over 2 years.
And what's your current occupation?
My current occupation is a manufacturing manager with the Boeing Aircraft Company in Mesa, Arizona.
How long have you lived in Mesa for?
We've lived in Mesa for 17 years.
What's your hometown?
Thanks. Hometown is Santa Barbara, California.
Santa Barbara, California. So, and what's the newspaper that serviced your hometown?
It was the Santa Barbara News Press.
All right, Sergeant Major. So, what are your responsibilities as a Sergeant Major of your current unit?
As the Sergeant Major for a Reserve Infantry Battalion, my main responsibility is to be an advisor, the senior enlisted advisor to the battalion commander. I counsel him on all things related to the battalion, all things enlisted.
And so what are some of those challenges that you face as a senior enlisted to particularly a reserve infantry battalion?
I would say that one of the main challenges is helping the young Marines incorporate not only their civilian career but also grow in their military career also, because as a reservist you're trying to balance kind of two worlds. You have a civilian occupation that, you know, that's really what pays the bills and how you survive, and then you have the Marine Corps side where most enlisted reserve Marines have been on active duty and, you know, they enjoy the Marine Corps so much they just want to keep participating.
All right, and I understand that there are some advantages to having a reserve unit. Earlier the commanding officer spoke to having kind of an older force, typically more educated than your average active duty infantry battalion or regiment. Can you speak to that a little bit?
I can be, and that is true. The majority of the Marines that we have in our battalion, as I said, have either served on active duty for usually around 4 to 8 years and then decided to enter the civilian sector, or they're in college. So we have a number of our Marines that are either working on or have completed their bachelor's degrees. Quite a few have master's degrees, and we even have a couple doctors, PhDs in our battalion.
And I understand that gives you some versatility as a unit, and also the Marine Corps as a whole when they have certain missions they need to fulfill.
It does, in the sense that it's a little, not necessarily more educated, but just kind of a smarter Marine. You know, he's more well-rounded, a little more whole, where he knows all the stuff that he knows Marine Corps, but then he's also gotten some experiences outside as far as education and different civilian employment.
So you've spent many years in the reserve, obviously, and Dawn Blitz, though, is kind of a big thing. Can you speak to how unique that is? How unique of an opportunity is that for these reservists here with your battalion?
It's actually quite a unique opportunity. In the past, like last year, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines was part of the POA operation in Florida, which is Partnership of Americas, and then now this year getting to participate in Dawn Blitz, it gives the Reserve Battalion a real good opportunity to come out here to Camp Pendleton to train, you know, on Marine Corps ranges, with other Marines, and just fulfill the mission of the Reserve Infantry Battalion.
And how are the Marines currently responding to the training they're receiving here?
In getting around and talking to the Marines over the last 3 or 4 days, all the Marines that I've spoken to have been very, very positive, very motivated. They've all enjoyed the training. We've got some tank infantry integration training going on, some squad training, and then also just some defensive, basic defensive training. And as the companies rotate through, talking to all the Marines in the companies, they've all enjoyed it, and they're having a great time.
Now, in this coming week, we're going to watch some force-on-force exercises. Basically, your Marines will then be responding to facing a live opponent in training. Tell me, what's the advantages of having that kind of training where you're actually going against that human element?
Well, it gives you more than just going out to a training area and doing a squad rush or platoon rush or various types of offensive and defensive maneuvers. Just you alone. You get the added benefit of an opponent that you don't really know what they're going to do or how they're going to react. So then that makes you have to, once they do something, that makes you have to choose and do something else.
And do you think having such a dynamic opponent is more exciting as well?
Oh yes, definitely.
So can you kind of break down what your Marines are going to be doing during this force-on-force portion of Dawn Blitz?
Yeah, what we will be doing, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines, we will be initially in the defensive position, basically defending Camp Pendleton from a force coming ashore. And then as the exercise progresses, it'll turn into kind of a counterattack where we'll go on the offense at the end.
What lessons do you hope your Marines take away from Dawn Blitz after all is said and done?
The main thing that I hope they take away is just the experience that they're gaining out here. That gives the small unit leaders the opportunity to take their squads, go integrate them with a tank company, see how tanks and infantry work. It gives them the opportunity to, in the defense, set up their defense, set up their sectors of fire, just practice those basic small unit leader skills.
And also, they will come away essentially better able to be ready to respond to different crises, correct?
Yes, 2nd Battalion, 23rd Marines is one of the most ready battalions in the reserve, and coming away from this, they'll be even more ready.
So what would you like the public to know about your Marines, particularly, they dedicate a lot of time to their calling. They have to balance life. Just what would you want people to know in general about being a Marine reservist?
Really just that these Marines are theirs. We are we belong to the American public, and our efforts and the things that we do, it just comes back to the community. It comes back, to the nation in various forms.